What's going on out there, fellas? It's your boy. Just got done going and picking up a fresh drum of some SH. Gonna get this thing transferred over to the bleach tank. I'm just gonna show you guys how I normally transfer my bleach. But while I'm doing that and getting everything set up, I want to talk to you guys about a little interaction I had with a customer. So this lady calls me up and says, hey, I'd like to get an estimate. Through the process, I find out that she wants to get 5 rental properties done, and she wants house washing and gutter cleaning on all 5 of the houses. So I go and work up a nice little price, give her the estimate for each house, threw in a free deck cleaning on one of the properties because she mentioned the deck. I like to try to find something small to offer for free. That's just one of my things. Not saying that's the best thing to do, but anyhow, so I gave her all that, and I could tell the woman had a lot going on. She even mentioned that she was had got the houses in a settlement from a divorce. She disclosed some of that information, so immediately I recognized, you know, the woman has high stress levels. She's got a lot going on. She doesn't have a lot of time, so I tried to make it as easy as possible, get her that estimate over, tell her, look, we can do it on this day at this time and knock it out, no problem. So she starts talking about the price a little bit. And I told her, you know, look, I'll discount the price this much on each service, and just a little bit to try to help her out, to tell her. And I told her I wanted to do that to build a relationship, so I would be the service provider that she chooses from here on out. Well, after giving her this estimate, never heard back from her the rest of the day. The next day I sent her a text message, tried to reach back out, didn't hear nothing. Then later that night, she messages me, says, hey, look, yeah, I still want to get this done. Can you do it this weekend? I told her I'd set a day aside to get it done for this weekend. And then I didn't hear back from her again. Another day goes by. And at this point, you know, my natural tendency was to just write this woman off and say, you know what, whatever. But I kept on with it. And it worked out. So let me get on with the story. I reached back out to her the following day and sent her another message saying, hey, look, you know you want to get this done. You want to take care of your houses and we can get it all knocked out for you. Didn't hear nothing from her till later on the day. And then she calls me and says, hey, look, you know, I got some more estimates, and there's another company that said they'd do it for $500 less. You know, when you hear that, you know, I found someone cheaper. That's a very pivotal point for the success of your close rate, because it's real easy to say, well, man, I'm not dropping my price no more, to get offended, to get, you know, angry at the competition. There's so many different ways your mind can go from that point. But rather than that, you know, say, look, wow, that's incredible, you know, act surprised, and just explain to them, which is what I did. I explained to her that, you know, hopefully that's a good company. To me, it seems very suspicious just because our pricing is based off of the industry standard, and the price that I gave you was actually discounted well below the industry standard. So to me, that screams out either A, the company is not insured, or B, they are, you know, don't have good equipment, don't have the proper equipment or training to get the job done right. And regardless of who you decide to go with, please just do me a favor and vet that company and make sure that they're insured and that they have good reviews and that they can explain their process to you and know how to clean the different substrates. And I went into some more detail about things to look out for people that are offering the too good to be true pricing for services. And it ended up panning out. I didn't hear from her for 2 more hours, and then all of a sudden she messages me back. Actually, she had someone call me and ask me for pricing on 4 houses, which I knew it was one of her friends, because it was like, come on. And I gave them, you know, the original price. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. People are strange. But the thing is hang in there, and it can turn out to be very profitable for you. So let's get on with the bleach transfer here. So in one of my earlier videos, if you haven't checked it out, go check out the video on my setup. But I keep a little 12-volt pump down here that you know, run the cables to my battery here, and I just quick connect a couple short hoses that I use to run one to a drop stick, and then I run the other one to a little ball valve hose, and I'll use those to transfer my SH from the 55-gallon drum over to the other 55-gallon tank. So that's what I'm about to do right now, and get this party started. So these little cheap drums to get the lids off of your bleach drums are fairly cheap. You can get them on Amazon, I think, for about $9 or $10. They work pretty good. So tough to do this shit one-handed, but alright, so we got that done. Take my drop stick here and just drop that puppy in there. Come on back here. Like that. And then I just plug up my 12 volt. Yeah, she should be pumping away. Takes a second to prime up there. There we go. And voila. Got the hot sauce filling the tank up, and we'll be ready for another week. I always like to keep my bleach tank. Now I do soft washing a lot, but I mean I downstream a lot, but I don't like to downstream out of my tank. Even though I did run a little filter, a little hose line there to downstream straight from my tank here, I can just flip this little 3-way ball valve here and then start pulling from that tank and run that to my injector. But what I like to do is keep a separate tube, and I'll just downstream out of a 15-gallon carboy. That seems to do a lot better for me. Another thing that I'll do is whenever I get done transferring the bleach into my bleach tank, I'll take that drop stick out of the 55-gallon drum, and then I'll just drop it into the water tank that I got here. And that does a couple things. You know, it rinses out that 12-volt pump, make sure that it gets rinsed out real good. And I've been running that same pump for about 8 months now, so they stay good as long as you rinse them out really well. And I feel like sometimes it puts a little bit of that bleach inside the water tank and keeps algae. I've never had any kind of algae grow in the tank, and I think it's because when I rinse it out, a little bit of that bleach goes in the water tank and keeps that stuff from growing. But anyway guys, I'm going to get back at this, get this finished up. I am going to be upgrading the soft wash system to 12 volt. I'm going to be putting a brand new booster pump setup in here, and I'm going to do a video on that booster pump setup, so be looking out for that. And as always, fellas, keep on hustling, keep on grinding, shining like a diamond. We'll check y'all later. Have a great day.